And joining us for our quarterly employee meeting. I'd like to start out and just share our agenda. So I'm going to share some opening thoughts. Steve is going to bring us a financial update. And then Ted's going to share some exciting updates in dining services across living branches. And I heard he might even share a joke. Already getting the chuckles. All right, and then Ed is going to share a president's report with us today. So today, I wanted to take a few moments and connect with you all and talk about something that's truly important. The incredible impact that we have on the lives of our residents, our family members, and each other. So think about a warm greeting from the front desk. It can set the tone for a resident's entire day, making them feel welcomed and valued. A well-maintained environment provides comfort and safety, allowing our residents to feel at home. The care and attention provided by our clinical teams directly impacts our residents' health and quality of life. And even something as seemingly simple as a delicious meal can bring joy and nourishment to our residents. Your impact extends beyond the residents themselves. Think about their families. Knowing their loved ones is in a caring and supportive environment brings them peace of mind. Your kindness and professionalism in your interactions with our family members can make a world of difference during what can be a challenging time for them. So empowerment isn't just a buzzword. It's about recognizing the power you each already hold. It's about understanding that your unique skills, your dedication, and your individual contributions are essential. We want to foster an environment where you feel confident to bring your best self to work every day, knowing that what you do truly matters. So as you go about your day, I encourage you to remember the ripple effect of your actions. See the person behind the task. Connect with the residents and their families with empathy and understanding. Know that you are making a real difference. We value you, we appreciate your hard work, and we believe in the power of each of you to impact our families and the lives that you touch. So thank you. Thank you for all that you do. And next up, we've got Steve, who's going to share some financial updates.
Good afternoon. As we do at each of the team member meetings, we like to give you a financial snapshot on how the organization is doing. And I'm pleased to be able to report that for the first 9 months of our fiscal year, our year runs from July to June, our revenue is just a little bit over $50 million, and that's a little bit higher than our budget, about 3% higher. And our expenses are a little bit under budget by 1.3%. So a couple of things. Occupancy has been strong in pretty much all of our areas this fiscal year, so that's been a plus. One of the things, we had allowed for a little bit longer fill-up time at Dock Terrace. We completed that last wing of renovations and opened that in August, and it filled up very quickly. So we had allowed for more time for that to happen, and so we're pleased to be able to see that positive impact. Also, we've had higher entrance fees from residential living apartment turnovers. So we budget for, an average. We look back over the last couple of years, and obviously we don't have any idea how many apartments will turn over in any given year, or cottages or villas. And so this year we had higher entrance fee earnings from those turnovers than what we budgeted. So both of those things are contributing to our revenue being better than budget. And our expenses are under budget. In part, a piece of that is depreciation expense, which is under budget by about $200,000. Depreciation expense is when we buy an asset or build an asset like these new buildings here, and then we have to expense that asset over their expected useful life. So for a new building, maybe it's 30 or 35 years. So we take the multi-millions of dollars we spent on those buildings and have to depreciate that over 30 or 35 years. And so because we didn't open the buildings quite as soon as what we had anticipated in our budget, our expenses for depreciation are running a little bit under budget for this year. So those are things that are contributing to a positive year. This is our occupancy chart, and we call it our scorecard, and the executive leadership team looks at this every month, and as well as the operations teams, and we track how well we're doing. We use a traffic light, so it's green is good, we're on target, yellow is we're off a little bit, red is we're missing our target, and what do we need to change, or how can we make improvements to that? So there's a lot of green up there, and so that's a good thing, that we've been able to meet those targets. I said this in a meeting recently, that occupancy is the financial lifeblood of our organization. So obviously when we're meeting our targets in occupancy, it makes it a lot easier for us to meet our financial targets and pay all of our bills. So positive things to see there. In a way, it connects to what Monique was talking about, the impact we have on residents' lives and their families as well. People want to come to Living Branches because of the reputation that we have and the quality services and facilities that we provide, and I think that's reflected here. So that's a positive connection. And then one of the things that we highlight typically is an area that we all can have an impact on, and that's our workers' compensation insurance premium. So workers' compensation insurance is that insurance that's in place to help cover expenses if you would be injured on the job. We like to promote a safe working environment. We have safety committees on each campus. We have a risk management committee, and we look for ways to ensure that we have a safe working environment. And it does make a difference. The chart on the left is experience modification, and that's a multiplier that the state establishes based on our experience. So it's based on how many claims that we have, how many accidents we have, and the severity of those accidents. And those things go into a score. And when your score is over 1, that means they multiply the premium that the insurance company should charge you by that multiplier. So if it's $100,000 and the multiplier is 1.2, that means we have to pay $120,000. If it's 0.9, then we would pay $90,000. So our goal is to keep that experience, meaning reduce the number of incidents that we have and reduce this and manage the severity to avoid those severe incidents. When we do that, it helps drive that premium down. So you can see back in 2016, we're almost at $500,000 for that insurance premium, and we've been able to see that come down. Now that's come down in part because we've brought the experience modifier down, and in part because the state lowered the premium, but we definitely want to keep managing our experience to be below 1 so that we're not incurring more for that insurance premium. Obviously, we want to have that benefit for all of our employees and team members in place, but if we can do that at a lower cost, that means that there's more funds available to do the other things that we want to do in the organization. So thank you for continuing to promote a safe working environment, making good decisions, in keeping a safe working environment. It does have an impact, and we appreciate that. I can be around afterwards if you have any questions about any of the financials, but it's been a good year so far, and we'd like to finish. Hard to believe it's only a month and a half away. We'll be at the end of June, and we'll be starting another year all over again. Thanks. Ted.
Just got to check this out, make sure I know how to do it. Yeah, wrong way. There we go. All right. Ted Godey here. I've been asked to speak today regarding and give an update on dining services. First, I'd like to say I've been very excited to do this for a very long time. And I found in my time over at Dock Woods, it's a very engaging team there. They are very excited about this change and this opportunity. So I'm very happy that the teams across Living Branches can come together and provide the self-op opportunity, say that 5 times fast, for Living Branches. So with that being said, I wanted to start off with a joke. And I just found this a little while ago, and I thought it was fitting for what's going on right now out in the world. How did Noah see the animals in the ark at night? Anybody? Really? Come on. Are there any dads out there? All right, with flood lighting. That was a good one. So, anyway, so who are we? Uh-oh. Who are we? And when I was doing this, it was pretty eye-opening to figure out, wow, we are 215 team members across 3 campuses. That's probably 1/3 of our employee body. So we're working across 3 campuses. We engage with our customers through food, customer service, and day-to-day business interactions. There's one of the chefs over there at the Willows at one of the meals doing his table touches and probably having a good time with the residents. And what is our vision? We've developed a vision. Not only does Living Branches have a vision, but we developed visions within our departments. And we use this, we talk about this in our manager meetings, in our stand-up meetings, and everything. And we not only promote the Living Branches vision, but we intertwine our vision within that. So our vision is to be a leader of dining service programs. We want to provide excellent customer service while modeling integrity, compassion, and fiscal stewardship. And we want to provide and purchase the freshest, locally sourced products while following our mission and core values. And you will see some of that in some of our purchasing and some of our signage, especially as we buy local from our different vendors. The power of working together. What do we want to do? Well, we've already started this. We started this over the past few years with the affinity groups of working together, but most recently, the dining teams are collaborating that much closer in just a few short months to develop menus and work together for the Dockwoods campus. We want to grow and develop team members now and as leaders for the future. We want to identify areas of expertise and foster that change to guide across campus teams. We want to embody our core values, striving for excellence. And you can see that nice picture of Christopher's. They're doing a really nice job there. That's what we want to embody. Areas of initial focus, March through June. So this is what we're doing right now, and it's going to go through July, August, September, October. This is an ongoing transition that we're working on. So right now, menus and recipe development, we're starting to transition to the self-operated model at Dockwoods. That's a very huge undertaking. You have to understand that we're going and working through and with, and thankfully Unidyne is still there helping us. Brian and Sheila are helping us through this transition, so it's very thankful for what they're doing. But all of the work we have to do, we have to implement, put in new menus, new recipes, new production systems, everything from record keeping to temperature sheets to food temp sheets, everything that you can imagine has to go in. While doing that, we want to transition to a seasonal menu concept across the organization. And what I mean by that is, the old model was spring, summer, fall, winter. Well, we want to put spring in, summer, fall, winter. So we want to do 4 seasonal menu cycles. And that'll enable us to utilize fresher ingredient, but it'll also allow the residents to see more change in the menus and appreciate that. We want to engage with residents and focus on trends. We do have one of our partners is Culinas. They're a food management company that is coming in and working with us and also conducting focus groups for the residents. And they're getting a lot of data for us that we're going to use in the future. Right now, we're starting to develop our team site on the intranet, with all those channels that everybody has now that we're starting to figure out. Well, we're going to develop a new one. We're going to mess everything up at Dockwood, Souderton, and the Willows and have a Living Branches site. So everybody will learn that, but hopefully by doing that, it'll make things a little more cohesive and able to follow through. We're acquiring and changing vendors at this point. The goal will be to have the same across campuses. We may do one-offs here and there. We don't want to upset, or we may just say that this is the best vendor and have it across campus. So more to come on that. So our focus on July through September, we want to refine our menu and recipe development. And again, this is July 1. Starting July 1st, we are self-operated. We no longer have a contractor running our food services department at Dockwood. So it is all us at that point. We want to start looking at technology to replace the dining system at Dockwoods, and for the future across campuses, that would be POS systems and all that good stuff. We need to start developing catering menus that are same across campuses. We said, well, we have this here, we have that there. Well, we want to look at it and have everything the same and uniform across campuses and a structure on that. We will work on the restaurant concept, mainly Christopher's. Right now, we are working with marketing on developing some new marketing materials and a like menu design across campus. It will be different on each with names and structure and looking at it, but marketing is developing that with us right now. And we would like to implement and develop departmental planners to include all campuses. And what this does is it allows us to visualize, prepare, and work together. We model our training, our systems, when we do things, so on and so forth, around a departmental planner. It's 2 pages currently. I expect it to go to 3 pages once we have this full transition. So we'll be working ahead that far. What will you see? Similar signage, branding, and marketing in different areas of the communities. I think that's Elena. I think Elena is in marketing now, right? Is Alex here? No, Alex left. Elena is one of our dining students who's doing an intern with marketing for the summer. So it's pretty cool to see that as well. So you're going to start to see changes in branding and marketing, and you'll also start to see changes to the local vendor and related products. What does this bring? It brings growth and opportunity for everybody within the dining departments and elsewhere. So I just want to thank you all for the opportunity. Our team members will do the best to live up to our core values and just watch us grow and flourish. So, thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Well, to follow up on Ted's bad dad joke, Ted, what do you call an angry carrot? This is a dining services joke. Anyone? A steamed veggie. All right. Well, I wanted to bring you some updates on our strategic plan. But first of all, just wanted to congratulate Ted on his growth and development, but also for all dining services team members to have this opportunity across Living Branches, across all campuses. I think it really gives us some nice opportunity to grow and develop people, but also grow and develop the team, and also grow and develop how we go about food service across all of our campuses. So it's really a great opportunity to have this come together for us and appreciate Ted providing the leadership for the team and also the opportunities that will come about because of this. It's a lot of work. You saw some of those things that Ted was talking about. It's a lot of work to bring the teams together, to bring departments across the organization together, but it will be definitely well worth it in the long term. Well, I wanted to just give a couple of updates from some things we're working on in our strategic plan. Some of them have to do with building plans, but that's not the only thing that is part of our strategic plan. We have other things that we're working on as well to try to stay competitive in the marketplace, to try to find ways that we grow team members, grow all of us as team members, but also attract new persons coming in. So we have some human resource focus and some other things we're working on. But first of all, the healthcare renovations, that in the bottom picture in the bottom middle is a picture of the new dining room, I should say the renovated dining room in healthcare here on this campus. We'll open up, I think, in about a week or so. We'll be able to occupy that space. But it really has transformed the look of that space and really will be lovely. And as I said to some of the nurses when I was over there this afternoon, the entire area, while it won't look exactly like the new Serenata units, it will be at that level and really feel more bright, more open, and really we're looking forward to those changes. As we know, though, there's only a certain amount you can do when you have constraints of wall sizes and ceiling heights and those kind of things, but it really will hopefully transform that space. And it becomes a much nicer space, not just for our residents and their families, but also for all of us as team members as we work in those spaces and give care in those spaces and interact with each other and with our residents. It's really a great opportunity for that. I would also say that renovations are not fun. I'm reminded, when was it? It was quite a few years ago now, 2010. Our daughter was in high school. We came back from a cheer tournament on a Sunday, late Sunday afternoon, and she got home first, and she called us and said, "There's like an inch of water in the dining room and kitchen." Like, oh, what's going on? Well, for all of you who haven't changed out the hoses on your washers yet, I would highly recommend getting those metal hoses instead of the rubber ones. It was a slit maybe this long that created this flood in our house. And, when you have drying units there, et cetera, noise all night, it feels like a desert in your house. It's a challenge. That's some of what we're experiencing here and probably exponentially beyond that. It will be worth it in the long term, but it is a challenge, and I really appreciate all of your kindness and your work and your patience and your perseverance as we go through this. It will be more of a challenge than when the building was separated, but it will definitely be worth it in the long term. So we're underway there, and Todd Detweiler, I thought I saw you here earlier. There you are. Todd is giving oversight as Director of Construction and keeping people informed about what's going on, and tells people when to duck and cover or whatever they need to do. Hopefully not too much of that. But does a very nice job in coordinating the construction, and we will get through this and anticipate by next July we'll have this behind us and be able to move forward. We also are planning for some residential living expansion. On the lower left, you may not be able to see that real well, but that's a drone photo of Dock Acres at Dock Woods campus. We're looking at taking down 2 buildings and building a small apartment building there called hybrid building or a small apartment building, about 17 units. And so we're working with the township to hopefully get started in 2026 on that building. On the right-hand side, that is, on the lower side of that photo, is a picture of the open land that's across Cowpath Road next to Durstein Sandblasting. We hope to do about 69 villa-type units, primarily duplexes, but I think we have a few singles, maybe up to about 8 or 9 single units as well. We have strong waiting lists, and we really want to get these projects started to get some new product on the market. And so those are things we're working at. Our competitors are also growing. Peter Becker has been growing the last few years, added some units and cottages, as did the Lutheran home at the Lutheran community at Telford. And Peter Becker is also doing some apartment expansion now too. So we're confident that this should be successful, and we're working on pricing and approvals, and again, hope to start on Durstein if we can in 2026. Talking about human resources focus, that was an area that we're focused on too, on areas of welcoming and belonging, and how do we integrate new people into the team. I'll just speak for myself. I've been here a long time. It's been a while since I was the new guy, and you're looking around saying, well, who's this? What's that? Where's that? But that is what a new person experiences, right? What do you think are some of the people, and you can just shout it out if you're comfortable, what do you think are some of the things that make a difference if people stay with us beyond 90 days? What are some of those things that you might think of, and maybe you're a new person too, and said, well, this really helped me stay. What are things that you think of? Just shout it out. What do you think people, why do they stay? What are things we can do to help people stay beyond their 60 or 90 days? Positive attitude. Great. Positive attitude. Encouraging. Other things. Good work ethic. Good example. Being a good example. Values. Values. Take them to lunch. Yep. Buy them lunch. Tell them where to park, right? Introduce them to your coworkers. Say hello. Yeah, greet them. Say, hi, I'm whoever you are, and you look like you're new, or I haven't seen you around here, or whatever it is. Making a friend at work has been shown in studies to show as being an important thing as to why people stay. And one of the challenges we are looking at, and I would say other organizations face this as well, is how do we work at making sure people are welcomed and that they get in the in crowd, if you will, as soon as possible when they start. So they get connected to the organization and say, hey, I have a friend there. I like the people here. I like who I work with. I like the people I serve. How do I stay? Another thing that's important too is that orientation time, and we're really trying to work with leaders and supervisors to say, I know you need the people doing the work, but it is really important to get them to go through the Living Branches experience, to go through orientation, to go through those things, to understand what does it mean to work here at Living Branches? What does it mean to connect? And orientation is also a great way to connect with other people. And so those are things that are being worked at by some task groups. There's also a plan to work at some redeveloping a mentoring program so that new people can be hooked up with a existing team member and be able to make those connections and go to lunch or do those things that help welcome them. In addition, we're also working at resident welcoming. And how do we do that? We have some maybe inconsistency between the campuses and how we do things. But if you think about it again, those are important times, right? I know when, for example, when we build the new villas here at Satterton, everybody's new, so everybody's coming in at the same time. So their experience is very different than when they're there for 10 years and somebody moves in and everybody knows each other and it's the newbie coming in. So it's important from a resident standpoint, too, to be able to say, how do we welcome people and to move in? A number of years ago, there was a gentleman that moved into one of our campuses into residential living. And he shared with me that he said his wife had just recently passed away. And he said, I just feel like I'm a fish out of water. I'm coming in here. My wife was kind of the social butterfly, the social calendar person, and she's not here. And now I'm coming in kind of out of my comfort zone, trying to make connections. Whether we're in kindergarten or first grade starting school for the first time, or moving into the retirement community or starting as a new team member, we're still human, right? We still want to be part of the team. We want to be part of the group. And part of our responsibility as the people that have been there is to be the welcoming place to help them get connected. And so there are things we're working at in that area. And I really do appreciate the way you already do many of those things very, very well. We hear very positive things. We want to keep doing better and find new ways and new opportunities to expand that welcome. I think that's all of my comments today. Thank you for being here. My understanding is, let's see, Matt told me, what did you say, Matt? There are some type of ice pops in the back, and I think you said they're fabulous, right? Fabulous, is that the right word? And Kristen said they were tropical flavors. So there's fabulous ice pops in tropical flavors in the back. So feel free to get one on your way out and enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks for coming. I'll talk.